Ashland. How are you doing today?
Mindy, I'm good. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too.
What are we working on today?
So we're still working on the dissertation.
Okay.
I've gotten some notes from my advisor, like we met up and I'm a little bit behind the last deadline with that methods section. But I'm really just trying to just crank it out so I can get to the data collection and that write up and stuff. And I tried the free writes that we talked about last time. Like we did that one free write during the session, and that felt productive. And so I've been trying to get into the habit since last week when we did that. Um, but I haven't done it, and like honestly, it's just a matter of making time for it. Like I just haven't had time. I've been so overwhelmed
Okay.
with other things. So I haven't really made any progress since the last session. And
Okay.
I don't really know where you think is the best place to go forward from that.
Mm, well, is there a section that you want to work on the most today? Do you want to work on a specific section? Do you want to try free writing together? Maybe we can like try maybe some closer free writes where we like come up with a section and then free write with a problem in mind. Um, does
Yeah,
any good?
we can let's try and just start with a free write. That seems to be the best thing for me.
Okay.
If you want to maybe like co-write, we can
Yeah.
just get started on that.
Let's do it together. So what part of is there, do you just want to free write generally? Is there a section you want to target?
Yeah. I'm gonna I I know I need to do this methods section because that's the one we had the deadline on, but like honestly, the lit review needs work too. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, I'm gonna do my lit review
Okay.
chapter.
Is everything okay, Mindy?
Like I just know like everything is piling up.
Mhm.
Um, and like I need to do my methods section because that's the one that had the deadline. But now that's stressing me out and I don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. So I
Mhm.
know I need to do my lit review and I need to do that too, but there's like you know, the whole list of things I need to get to reading, and then I haven't read those things either. So like how can I do my lit review if I haven't done the reading? Um yeah, and like I know it comes back to time management. Like, I mean, I've gotten this far. I know time management is important, but like, with work, like I'm obviously doing nursing right now, and that's a lot to like come from those shifts, which are long. And like, I know that's the whole point. That's why I'm like in this career, is because I like it. But like, it just is a lot with school. And then there's like all the other life things.
Mhm.
Like, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm just dumping all this on you, but like my apartment won't renew my lease. And like it's just like so many things, and like yeah, I don't know.
Well, hey, I hear you. It sounds like you have a lot going on, and it's hard to have a full-time job and to be in graduate school. Like that's an unbelievable load to be balancing. My question for you would be, does it feel like it would be helpful today to get some writing done, or are you more in a space where you might want to like talk to someone about all the stuff that's on your plate currently?
Yeah, like I think I want to write, and I want to do the session today and be productive because that would make me feel better. But like I'm just at a point where like I think it's bigger than the writing. Somehow it's bigger than the dissertation.
Yeah.
Um
Well, here, I don't know if you knew this. It's something I kind of learned more recently myself, but we do have free counseling services through the health center. And just like the writing lab, it's paid for by your student fees. So it's completely free to at this point. And I don't want to overstep, but I've been able to use the services, and they're licensed professionals. And if that feels like a good place to start, to kind of talk to someone through some of these things that you're going through, then when that gets kind of sorted, you can come back to me and we can come up with a schedule how to like get you caught up on this dissertation, because it happens, like life happens, you get behind, and that can be scary, but sometimes it's better to just like accept it, come up with a plan to solve it and move forward. But it does sound like there might be some other things going on. So we have a couple options. You can call someone over at the academic success services, and they can physically walk you to the health center if you've never been before, if you are on campus, or you can even call them and they can call the health center as well. So we have a lot of different options, and you don't have to say that you were here and I told you. You can literally just call or even physically walk in and say, hey, I was interested in like going to some counseling sessions. So if you want, does any of that sound like appealing to you?
Yeah, is the writing lab part of the academic services that you were talking about? Like the
It
Student Success
is,
Center?
what's that?
Like the Student Success Center?
They are sort of, they're not necessarily they're separate, but they're similar in terms of like student support. But if you want, we can pull up that number, and I can give you that number to call the student services if you'd like, the student success services.
Yeah, honestly, like at this point, with the amount of time and just like my brain being everywhere, kind of, but here,
Yeah.
like that's probably a good idea.
Okay. Well, here, let's pull up that number together. And when you're ready to work on the writing, and I'm happy, we can do an entire session just coming up with your writing schedule to get you caught up.
Yeah.
And we can break it down into like really small daily tasks, and we'll get you back on track. But yeah, I think it's a good decision to focus on the emotional stuff that's coming up for you first. So yeah, let's pull up that number.